Hi there, it's Hallie Crawford with HallieCrawford.com Career Coaching. So thanks for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. And I hope you had a nice weekend. I did. We just got back from a fabulous beach vacation for several days at Wild Dunes in South Carolina. So I don't know about you, but I am very well rested and ready to rock and roll to help you identify your ideal career. So as I told you last week, this week we are going to talk about the top 10 tips to identify your ideal career. So here's the deal. Here's what I was thinking we should do. If I told you and sat here and told you all of the top 10 or the 10 tips in one sitting, we could be here all day. So what I'd like to do is chunk this down, break it down into 3 tips each week to help you take these tips and start using them, implementing them in your life right away to make it more manageable for you. Sound good? Let's get started. So tip number 1 to identify your ideal career is to dream first and dream big. Dream first and dream big. Here's why I say this. I find that so many of my career coaching clients, when they come to me, they start thinking about their ideal career and they start playing small right out of the box. They don't allow themselves to really expansively think about or really dream about what their ideal career might be. And here's the problem with that. If you start small, you're going to get small. So what I always tell people is think out of the box. Get really creative with your career ideas. Dream big. And what I also tell people is to dream first. Do your dreaming at the beginning. Because what I also find happens for people is they get practical. They get too practical too soon in this process. And as a result, they cut themselves off at the knees with identifying possible career paths for them. When, in the first place, if they had allowed themselves to dream first at the very beginning, they may have identified or come across a career path that would be perfect for them. But because they got practical too soon, they didn't consider it. So tip number 1 is dream first and dream big. Tip number 2 is to be committed. Be committed to this and to the process. Here's the deal with commitment. We all know without commitment, nothing is possible, right? And career change is a big deal. Change in any area of our lives is a big deal. But in our career, it's especially stressful, or can be for people. Our jobs are important to us, right? They pay our bills. So making a change in this area can be especially tough or challenging for people. And if you are not committed, and I'm going to say committed at a level of 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, you have to be at a 10. If you are not committed at a 10, it's very possible that you will not succeed in identifying your ideal career and following through with it. So commitment is vitally important. It's a make or break. And tip number 3 is to define success your way. Define success your way. Here's what I find. I see so many people who come to me and say, well, my parents think I should do this, or a husband, spouse, partner, whoever. They've got friends who have given them advice about possible career paths. And that's great. That can be very helpful to listen to and get thoughts from people who know you best. But what the trap that people sometimes fall into is they start to define success based on what others think that they should be doing instead of what feels right for them in their heart. So tip number 3 is to define success your way. Think about what's truly important to you. What are your priorities? What's going to be fulfilling for you in an ideal career? And what's most important to you? Not what is most important to other people. Because however well-meaning they may be, and they usually are, they want the best for us, right? Their view of what we should be doing is very frequently tainted by what success would mean to them and what their priorities are. So take some time to think about your priorities, what's important to you, and how you define success in order to identify your ideal career. So good luck with this. And as you know, I'm always here for advice and help, so feel free to get in touch with me and ask questions. Thanks for tuning in again this week, and I will talk to you and see you again next week, where we tackle steps 4, 5, and 6 for identifying your ideal career. Have a great week, guys.